I went off at a tangent there. Oh, I see. The only thing in life, the only reason I went to the doctors, so quite likely, they never know. This is what truly letting go and Zen is. They're all going on continually. Oh, I've definitely got that little thing going wrong. So if I take that medication, I'm so lucky. So 2015, that beginning of that winter, I'd be living in a place with, it wasn't actually black mold, although it seems that there may have been some black mold there, but I think it's more, the whole place was literally built on a swamp. No damp course, I know, because in 2022, I was there when the builders started to pull up the floor. There was water actually under the cobblestones of the passageway. There was no damp course at all, Rachman Builders. And the whole place was so damp, but it didn't actually matter because I lived in one small room with my wood burner, our wood burner. I moved there with somebody, and then I would be out a lot. But the kind of grey mould, and I knew it was there. If I put this new pad in the non-kitchen room, I lived in the kitchen for 5 years, just in the kitchen. Quite a kitchen, only about 50% bigger. Actually, no, I lie. No, I don't lie. About 50% bigger than this vehicle. I lived in that kitchen only for 5 years. Is it 5 years? A bit longer, 6 years. Right, if I'd have put this new pad down in the other room where there was no wood burner, it would be covered in mould. It would have mould on it within a few weeks, light mould, and I just accepted it. I kept everything in bags, in storage. But that grey mould, let's call it, quite possibly after 3 years, totally just, my system started to partially collapse. 3 or 4 different pathogens, without a doubt, took hold. They could see it. The first time I went to the doctor, I left it about a year. Then I went to the doctor. So, oh shit, I'm just like, and I'd waited till late summer the following year, 2016. It's like, I've been dead for 9 months. So they put the television screen up your nose, and he could see there was kind of mold or pathogen, whatever. And they give you the blood tests, etc., swabs, and it showed positive for oral thrush. Now, I hadn't touched a woman for several years, so I didn't have thrush. Well, okay, you could have had thrush in there, whatever. Thrush is just one of a range of I'm not going to go on about it, because here's the point. Over a year and a half, several test systems, blah, blah, blah. They never can actually say for certain. Yeah, I had a couple of doses of antibiotics, made no difference. Glands up all the time. They can never say for certain. They can never. An honest doctor will say that. There are plenty of things they could never say for certain. And in actual fact, it was only later on I thought about this mold. They don't ask you that, so I'm not complaining. But you have to accept inside that system. And the third winter I had this, I was virtually fucking white. I thought, that's it, I'm dying this winter. Anyway, from that period, they eventually put the camera down into my belly, and yes, it seemed that there is this thing, and I'm not even going to use the correct term because that's the trap. It seemed that I had sort of standard middle-aged man, the flap of your stomach may become slightly dysfunctional. Okay, they call it a hiatus hernia, but even that, they're not sure about it. So it's like, take these things, I can never say it, lansoprazole, and I was really bad for a couple of years. Continual flux, the mold or the pathogen or something lived in the cavity behind your nose. That could be seen, but they can never say for certain. And anyway, nothing that was tried made any difference. So it's like, those seem to make a bit of a difference for a couple of years. So I'm not entirely against medical science, but you don't know. You don't know. Had I moved, because they never said, and I'm not blaming them, They never said, oh, do you live in a very, very damp place with lots of mould? In which case, move out. I probably couldn't have, but had I done that, maybe all of this would have cleared within a few weeks. There's no knowing. These things are much too complicated. Why have I turned the camera on? Oh, it's just paradise. There's nobody here. Even on normal days in February, there'll be 10 vehicles here. It's like a bizarre, wonderful, happy dream I've woken up in. Why have I turned this on? I've turned this on very specifically. Yeah, I didn't, I mean, and I've just spent 5 years of like, basically not taking them. I only got a new packet just in case, because I'm moving back away and I'm not going to waste my time transferring doctor. So I went to the doctor here earlier, last autumn. I definitely had quite likely a patch of pneumonia, just randomly. Just one has to accept this. Well, I've actually turned the camera on. There is a reason. So it all has to be shipshape, sorted out, and I've forgotten why I've turned the camera on.